What's going on social media? AceEats here, also known as Aaron. So today we're going to be doing a little bit of a different video. I've got some steak here. I'm going to be creating the Crying Tiger steak marinade. And this will be a two-part video. So I'm going to marinate it. We're going to put it to marinate for the day, basically 24 hours. And then tomorrow when I get home from work, we will be cooking that. So these are the steaks that I got. These are Striploin steaks. I believe they resemble your New York steaks, but basically this is a really nice cut. I'm surprised actually that I got this at a Metro, which is a local grocery store in Ontario. I don't know where else they are, but here in Ontario, that's one of our places that we have groceries. And they're nice and thick, about an inch and a half to 2 inches. So I'm excited this will marinate perfectly. We've got our palm sugar and a couple other ingredients. Palm sugar is something that's probably more than important for flavor, so we'll be utilizing that. Let me set you guys up and then we'll start. So got a new angle going. We're doing the overhead. I do have something coming tomorrow that will actually help this setup a lot better, so keep an eye out for that. But let me know how you guys like the content so far. We're gonna start off. Okay, so steak can sit on the side for a little bit. That's just going in the bag when I finish the marinade, but let's just start with this. So I've got a shallot. I'm gonna utilize the shallot. I don't think I've seen recipes usually do shallots. They do the shallot in the dipping sauce. So there is a dipping sauce that you can make with this steak, and basically that's going to be a component of the steak dish itself. I will do that tomorrow once again, and then we will have everything combined. So basically, if I'm going to be doing it, I will be doing something like rice for a side, which I have rice made already. I have some jasmine rice in the fridge, and then we'll basically be utilizing that with the steak. Probably some cucumbers for some kind of veggie. I think that's pretty much what I've seen most of these steaks served with. It's pretty basic. Well, not basic, but it's a pretty normal thing to have a lot of the food with stuff like cucumbers and things like that. So I've got my scraps over here, and we're just gonna like finely mince this because it's a marinade. We're not planning to really keep this, right? Not really finely minced, sorry. We're just gonna give it a quick dice. Or a quick chop, whatever you guys want to call it. So I've actually never made this recipe before, but I've seen it floating around online on other cooks pages probably for a while now. It's been about, I've seen it probably maybe last year, and I wanted to try it, and I haven't been cooking as much, but now I am, so we'll give it a go. Okay, so that's done. Fairly simple. If I'm lying that I'm saying I'm not crying, but I kind of am a little bit, it's okay. Kind of burns my eyes. Kind of good that you guys aren't seeing my face throughout the video, so it's kind of something that I can hide that I'm crying. Okay, so enough rambling, but we're gonna get some palm sugar. I'm gonna do about, so for this thick steak, that should be a good amount. I might do a little more actually, just in case. I thought this was going to be harder to cut, or harder to kind of break down. You just got to shave it, really. And I think I paid like $2 for this, which is pretty awesome. Not just for this one. I have about, I would say it came in a pack of 4 like this, so I'm excited to use it. I want to try doing other dishes that include palm sugar, sorry, like the papaya salad and things like that. So I'm going to just add a little salt. Not much because I have these guys here. We're going to do some black pepper. I'm going to move this one. I like a lot of pepper. Also, it's going to marinate, so it'll be good. Put some nice fresh black pepper. be good. Oh, I think that went in my nose a little bit, so excuse me if I sneeze. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit of soy, and then I'm gonna thin it out with some water actually, just so it doesn't become too salty from the soy sauce and salt. Well, once again, it's a marinade, so we'll do a good tablespoon-ish, a little more than a tablespoon, almost a tablespoon and a half of oyster. And then lastly, I didn't see recipes do this, but I kind of want to, so a little bit of fish sauce. And that should be it. So now we just add a little water. Got my trusty Brita filter here. And that should be it. And now we're gonna just mix it until it dissolves. And we're gonna mix it till it dissolves. So let's just keep going. It's a pretty simple marinade. I think the sauce that complements it is a little bit more on the technical side. It's got roasted rice, which you break down with a mortar and pestle, or just use some kind of spice grinder. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Honestly, I'm not even sure how much of a sauce I'm going to make, not because I don't want to, but I don't really care to have a sauce, especially if I'm going to be having it with rice and stuff like that. Okay, so we've got our marinade. I've got the bag that we're going to be using. I'm just going to throw this to the side so I can pull out the steaks. Now, I'm going to be marinating one, and then I'll wrap the other one and throw it in the fridge for later this week. So which one should we do? That one looks good. They pretty much look this. It looks like they were literally together and cut. But, this one looks like something I would want to try to use. So we're going to do that. I'm going to give it a quick rinse. Now I rinse it because mainly if you don't want any kind of fragments on it, sometimes when there's a bone associated with meat and they use a meat slicer or a meat electric saw or any kind of thing like that to cut the meat, sometimes the fragments get into it, and I don't really like that. So here we are. All right, so now we've got our bag. I'm gonna throw this in the bag, and then with the bag, I'm gonna put it in a bowl in my fridge, so at least it doesn't leak, or if it does leak, there's a bowl there to catch it. Okay, so we've got our bag, we've got our steak. We drop it in. Okay, pretty simple, right? Now we have our marinade. And the marinade goes in. And that's all the palm sugar at the bottom, so you should want to get that. So this will dissolve, sorry, over a little bit of time. And it will be good for that steak. So give the steak a little, let me put this up here. Give it a little massage. Just gonna let it set properly. Get the air out. Okay. Massage it a little. Rock it back and forth. Ask how its day was, you know. How you doing? And whoop, now imagine if that was open, that would have been a disaster. air. I'm gonna try to get out as much air as I can. And that should be it. So that's our marinated steak. So here's our marinated steak. So flip it over, give her a good look. All right, so that's our part 1 of this video. And then I'm gonna be posting the second part tomorrow once it marinades fully. I'm gonna leave it for 24 hours, throw it in the fridge. Then when I go to make it, I'm gonna pull it out and then let it come to room temp. Same way you would cook a steak. But keep an eye out for the next video. Thanks guys, see you soon.